Introducing Angelo Kakouros.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. I was trying to think of something to actually, what someone doesn't know about me. That happened quite a few years ago when I was a lot fitter than this. But I have big shoes to fill because unfortunately I wasn't here last week, but Gavin came in my place, and so I don't think I can match Raj's presentation, but I'll try. I've been, as my bio says, I've been in the security industry since I was 18 years old. And I started with a company called Wormwoods. Now, Wormwoods, most people would know. They got bought out from Chubb, by Chubb, and I was in their government integrated systems division, where I fitted security, everything from Pentridge, when that was open, the Remand Centre, Barwon Prison, Vic Roads, Australia Post, police stations, law courts, and so forth. So I started at the top end of security, and the last project I did for them was here in Geelong, the police law complex and the police station. I was living in Torquay at the time, so I was travelling every day, and so it had a big burden on your time and family. So I then, when that job completed, then I decided to establish standby security in '91 when I was 21. So any mathematicians can work out how old I am. And yes, my birthday is coming up soon. In September, late September is when I established standby security, so we're celebrating 25 years. And when I established standby security, I then continued to do work in the government industry. Nothing to do with the jobs that I specifically did with my employer, but I had established relationships with friends in government schools, non-24-hour police station, and from there it started expanding into both residential and the commercial market. So I guess coming from that background, I think it's important for people to understand where I've come from in order to, I guess, have a good understanding on what we actually do today. So we're a locally owned and operated security company, and what's unique about our organisation is we do have a showroom here in Geelong. We're just opposite the Geelong Footy Club, and we don't just provide security that most people are exposed to. Everyone has had some experience, I assume, with security, where you punch in a number, you switch it on, switch it off. If there's an alarm activation, you will be notified that the alarm has triggered. What do you do then? Is it a genuine alarm or is it a false alarm? Sure, in the early days, we would fit in a lot of those security systems, and those security systems would alert you directly to your mobile phone, to your laptop, or via our 24-hour grade 1 monitoring station. And that's another point of difference with standby security. We actually operate a 24-hour grade 1 monitoring station. So what that means is there's full redundancy in place. Your security system is only as good as the connection. So it's very important for people to really understand who provides the service, and to really also understand as well how that service is being monitored. Of course, we have local technicians, and Gavin has been with me for quite a few years, and thank you for making him welcome. And we also have local guards and patrol officers that attend to alarm activations. Now, what's the point of difference with standby security compared to other security companies? Well, I'll pass around some of the technology that we have. And some of the technology that we have is the sensors have got built-in cameras. So most detectors, like what's up on the wall there, is a standard detector, and that detector doesn't have any camera or video verification. So what does that mean? When the alarm system triggers, it will alert the control room if it's monitored. You will be advised, is it a genuine alarm or is it a false alarm? For the police to respond, they want to know whether someone is actually inside the premises. So the only way to identify that is for yourself, which you'll be putting yourself in danger, a patrolman to attend, or to verify that the premises has been broken into. By the time someone attends, they're all gone, okay? So the chances of catching them are very, very remote. Whereas with our technology, the sensors have got built-in cameras, and I'll pass that around. So what happens is, in the event of the alarm triggering, that detector will capture photos, and it will send them directly to our control room, and it will also send them directly to your smart device. So we've got evidence of who the intruder is, and yes, I understand sometimes they might be wearing balaclavas or hoodies, or things like that, but any information that we can provide to the police, the clothing, any type of markings, 9 out of 10 times they can match it up with a previous burglary if they're known to the police. So, because that information also comes back to our 24-hour Grade 1 monitoring station, we can then see there and then on the spot that there is an offender on site. So what that means is we can ring the police. The police, we have what's called an alpha code, and that's a specific code that we provide to the police to identify who we are and to verify that we are a Grade 1 monitoring station. That, when we notify them, we tell them we can verify that there is an intruder on site. And with my experience over recent times, even though the police resources are pretty limited these days, 8 out of 10 times they do attempt. And we've had some very, very good apprehensions and successful apprehensions. That particular sensor that I've passed around is a sensor that is for indoor purposes. The next one that I'll pass around is for outdoor purposes. So again, as I've mentioned before in my highlighting standby security, is not only do we offer security for indoor, but also for outdoor as well. And that particular product is a Risco, and the one that's coming around now is the Video Fight. With that particular product, the Video Fight, the outdoor motion detectors, we can place those anywhere. So they can go in caravans, vehicles, trucks, in the middle of paddocks, building sites. You name it, we can put it, because it doesn't require any power and it doesn't require any telecommunication. It's totally wireless. It uses the satellite to communicate, whether the Telstra network or the Optus network. And in an event of an alarm activation, what that particular product does, it actually captures a 10-second video and it sends it to our control room. So we have that a lot with building companies, smaller businesses, larger businesses, both here in Geelong, Shepparton and Ballarat, which we also have an office there as well. So with that particular product, not only if someone enters the confined yard where they store all their vehicles or their trucks, it will trigger the alarm system, it will send us a 10-second video, and then we've got rapid local response, whether it's in Ballarat or Geelong, with our patrol officers or with the police themselves. So that's some of the technology that we have. And of course, with our standard alarm systems, again, you know, when you walk into a house or into a business, what's the first thing that you see? You see the sensors and you see the keypads. So again, all our keypads are all touch screen and they look very aesthetically pleasant. And you can have multiple codes. So in a business, you can identify who turns the alarm system on and off. With our keypads, we also have a token. So instead of using your PIN number to switch it on and off, you can use your token to switch it on and off. So it makes it very easy. And with all our product, we also have smartphone devices, apps. So you can turn it on and off from your phone. You've gone home or you want to let an employee in, but you don't want to give them a code, but you want to give them a key. You can switch it off for them and switch it on for them as well. So that's some of the technology that we have that I've passed around. Now, what I'm displaying here is our fog cop. That's another product that we have, which is something very unique to standby security. With most alarm systems, we've got video and camera verification, but again, there's nothing stopping the intruder from taking what they want in that short period of time. And an average burglary is only about 40 seconds. So with our fog cop product that we import from Italy, we can fit that to any of those alarm systems that I've mentioned and I've passed around. The product is actually connected to the alarm system, and in an event of an alarm activation, the cannon will fire at very high speed, which you'll see on the video. And within seconds, for less than 5 seconds, it just fills up the whole area with fog. So the whole idea is what they can't see, they can't steal. And again, that's a very, very unique product. Now, in some instances, people might say, well, what about if I accidentally trigger it? There are mechanisms that we put in place to make sure that you don't have the false alarms. So again, that's our FOCOP product. So I hope everyone's had a bit of an understanding of what standby security do, what's the point of difference of our security company compared to other security companies, and you have a lot more confidence in our organisation, and we welcome as many referrals as possible. Thank you.